This is one of the most egregious cases I've ever had.
That's it.
When you shoot and murder your mother, the woman that brought you into this world, and your sister, you're going to spend the rest of your natural life in prison. Hopefully someday you'll think about that. Get him out of here. I'm done.
This is ridiculous for me, not for you. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country.
Next time it happens, I'll be asking for a mistrial with prejudice.
Some indication as to what the conflict. No, you didn't. Bond revoked. We're done.
Mr. Judge,
Bond revoked. Bond
I'm unable to
revoked. He will sit.
Whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member, that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling and laughing. This is Amanda Kozel, who's accused of causing a deadly crash in Detroit, Michigan. In June 2016, Amanda had a fatal head-on collision with 31-year-old Jerome Zerker and his fiancée Brittany Johnson while driving under the influence. Tragically, the crash took the life of the father of 5, while Brittany was severely injured. Amanda was arrested and charged. The 25-year-old later pleaded guilty to operating under the influence causing death. During Amanda's sentencing, Jerome's sister, Darren, read a powerful victim impact statement written by his children. Amanda, look what you did to my life. You ruined everything I had like my dad's life. While Amanda seemed to be moved by Darren's words, a couple in court found it amusing. Raging Judge Keanu Lillard. You know, yeah, it's time for him to go. And I don't know who he is, but whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member. I mean, the entire time that Mr. Zerker's sister was speaking, that clown, and that's what I'm gonna call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling and laughing. Judge Lillard threw the man out of the courtroom. But the woman was not so lucky. You can go too, because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail. So leave anybody that can sit there and laugh and smirk when somebody take her. She's going in the back. She's going in the back. Was Amanda's mother, Donna Kasel, who was sent to 90 days in prison for direct criminal contempt. Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to Wayne County Jail for 93 days for direct criminal contempt. Anybody else want to go? Try it. Try it. Oh, my mouth. Well, thank you. Your mouth got you 93 days. Judge Lillard then had some stern words for the Kosal family. Anybody else want to go? You can go, too. This is a court of law, and these are very serious matters, and I understand you all are upset because your loved one is going to prison. But guess what? She's going to prison for the choices that she made. These people are here grieving, saddened because a senseless act took away their loved one. And you all are sitting around here like it's a joke. Not in Courtroom 502. Not today and not any other day. After order was restored, Amanda was sentenced to 3 to 15 years in prison. So it'll be the sentence of this court that you will serve 3 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. The following morning, Donna appeared before Judge Lillard. She seemed a changed woman after just one night in jail. She apologizes to the court and asks that you discharge the contemporary charge. All right, Miss San, is there something you'd like to say? Yes, I deeply apologize for what I did. I was under a lot of stress, and I'm going through some doctor's appointments today for my heart, and just everything overwhelmed, and I deeply apologize for what I did in your court. I just need to get out, and it's been very hard for me this year, and I know for the other family, and I'm so sorry what I did, and I know it was wrong, and I apologize. After the apology, Judge Lillard had a few words of wisdom for the defendant. What you have to understand is as hard as this is for you to see your baby go to prison, imagine what that family feels like when their child's dead. I understand that. I feel for them, too. So, I hope that you've learned a valuable lesson from this. And I hope that it will serve as a message to anyone doing business in the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, or any court for that matter, that there's just a manner things have to be conducted in decency and order. You can't come to court acting a fool. I know people watch a lot of shows on TV where you see different things happening in make-believe courtrooms that give people a skewed sense of reality. but this is real life here, and we just can't have people behaving like that. It can't be tolerated. So, I will give you modify your sentence for direct criminal contempt from 93 days to 1 day with credit for time served, and you should be released today. God bless you. Thank you, and I apologize very soft solely and for the other family. Thank you. You're welcome. While Donna Saul spent a night in jail for laughing at the victim's family. How does it compare to smashing computer?
Credit for time served, and you should be released today.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I apologize very solely and for the other family. Thank you.
You're welcome.
While Donna Casal spent
Court, like in the case of Antonio Rosales, who's on trial for assault and attempted murder in Sanford, Florida. In 2003, Rosales, who was homeless at the time, reportedly kidnapped a 10-year-old girl, dragged her into the woods, then strangled and assaulted her. The 41-year-old later confessed to police. During his trial, as the prosecution was delivering closing arguments, Rosales expresses discontent through a translator. She doesn't know that. Then out of the blue, he erupted. In a fit of rage, Rosales grabbed a computer keyboard and smashed a monitor off the table. He then knocked over a table as two officers tackled him to the ground and attempted to restrain him. As officers struggled to subdue the defendant, the judge called for additional help. Rosales was handcuffed and hauled out of court. Court will be in recess for about 10 minutes. The next day, Rosales was convicted and sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms. While Antonio Rosales' courtroom fight couldn't prevent a prison Lisette Gonzalez sentence, what happens when a judge rebukes the prosecutor? Will you take him up for perjury? He admitted it was a mistake. Your Honor. No, but he lied. He lied on a sworn citation. Next, we head to the Seminole County Circuit Court in Sanford, Florida, where a trial has just reached its conclusion. 46-year-old Let Gonzalez was convicted of driving under the influence. However, her attorney argued that Gonzalez was never given a breathalyzer or a blood test, and the arresting officer, Michael Wagner, had wrongfully recorded that she had tested above the legal limit in his official report. Your Honor, I have not enough evidence presented for the jury to find the verdicts that they did. They didn't do all of the field sobriety examinations that should have been done. I respectfully ask that this court grant the judgment notwithstanding the practice. All right, this isn't a purely circumstantial case. And so, I'm going to deny the motion for JOA. After Judge Fred Shaw granted the motion to overturn the jury's verdict, he moved on to a separate case related to the same defendant. Now, we have this other case for driver license suspended. Gonzalez also faced additional charges after Officer Wagner's mistake had left her without a valid driver's license. I want to be enlightened. It was a mistake, admittedly by Michael Wagner. Testified to that today. He caused her to have her driver's license suspended for at least a few months for nothing. The outraged judge then turned his attention toward Prosecutor Diana Myers. Are you going to know Prozac case, or am I going to get mad at you today? Perhaps you can get mad at me, Your Honor. But this, why would you wait a minute? Wait. Did you hear the uncontroverted testimony of this officer? Will you take him up for perjury? He admitted it was a mistake. Your Honor. No, but he lied. He lied on a sworn citation. And that is not true without apologies for us to be able to respond to. After dismissing Gonzalez's upcoming case, Judge Schott dropped another bombshell. This whole case was fishy, and I have no idea how to put their address on fire. The state attempts to amend and proceed on I'm rescinding the sentence. I'm granting the JOA. Judge Schott reversed his decision and acquitted the defendant on the spot. So, you're granting it because you don't agree with the state's decision? I'm granting the JOA in fairness. In fairness, because you don't like the state's decision today, Your Honor, on the case. No, you don't. Now that I consider what Officer Wagner testified to and how many times he basically tripped over himself just to arrest this lady with no real probable cause. You're done. Motion judge granted. And you're not going to provide a written order on that? Nope. You want to feel me? Feel me? Thank you, Your Honor. Case never. Thank you for letting us know that, Your Honor. In the end, Let Gonzalez's case was dropped and she walked out of the courtroom free of all charges, while a prosecutor was reprimanded for providing false evidence. What happens when a...
Now that I consider what Officer Wagner testified to and how many times he basically tripped over himself just to arrest this lady with no real probable cause. You're done. Motion JOA is granted.
And you're not going to provide a written order on that?
Nope. You want to appeal me? Appeal me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case should have never been done. Never.
Thank you for letting us know that, Your Honor.
In the end,
Defendant throws the table at the judge. You have 42 days to appeal your remand to the custody of the Department of Corrections for service of the sentence. I love you, baby. Like in the case of Jal Hoskins. Did you kill Latrice May's eyes? No, I did not. In March 2013, police responded to a domestic violence call made by 26-year-old Latrice Mays against her boyfriend Jal Hoskins. Either one of you have any injury. So at this point, I know the two of you already get along. You know certainly I can't make you leave. The officers offered to take May someplace safe, but she refused. If you have somewhere you can go, maybe I can give you a ride there. If you don't have anywhere to go, I can take you to a shelter. And if you don't want to do either of those, you don't have to in fact stay here. Hours later, Hoskins strangled Mays to death and dumped her body at an apartment complex. Her body was never recovered as police believed it to be incinerated. Hoskins was arrested and charged with open murder, but he maintained his innocence. Did you kill Latrice Mays? No, I did not. The first few days of the trial are startling as witness after witness testify against Hoskins. I guess he choked her or something. Did he say he choked her? Yes. If he said, I did her, I need some help. I can't carry her by myself. Much to the relief of the victim's family members, Hoskins pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. It's just a relief to know that, it's all said and done. And that he finally admitted to his guilt of choking her and to put her body in a dumpster and disposal. During sentencing, Mays' mother and aunt had a chance to confront her killer. You tell me how I explain what would happen to their mom. First of all, I want you to stand there and look at me and quit standing there looking at the ceiling like a little coward. No, I'm going to face you. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. While Hoskins seemed remorseful during the victim impact statements, what followed was utter pandemonium. You have 42 days to appeal your remand into the custody of the Department of Corrections for service of the sentence. Thank you, Your Honor. As Judge James Redford slapped the defendant with a hefty prison sentence, Hoskins knocked down a lectern and charged toward the judge. He was immediately grabbed by 3 deputies and removed from the courtroom. As Hoskins was being ushered away, a brawl broke out between the families of the victim and the defendant. Another recess. Ultimately, Hoskins was sentenced to 50 to 100 years in prison for murdering his girlfriend. Hoskins' disregard for the court system is appalling. But as we see in the next case, it's not always the...
As Hoskins was being ushered away, a brawl broke out between the families of the victim and the defendant. Defendants who stun the courtroom with their shocking antics. You're saying you can't be fair and impartial to both sides. You're going to completely throw out our entire justice system. You're off this jury and you're removed. Go home. Take, for example, Judge Richard Scotti, a courtroom veteran who has 2 terms as a governor of Nevada State Bar under his belt. Today he's presiding over jury selection in the trial of Jose Azusa. Azusa is facing 40 counts of sexual misconduct, including first-degree kidnapping and sexual assault of a minor under 14. Police say that he used candy to lure multiple youths to the Northeast Valley apartment he shared with his wife before attacking them. Many of the details are too graphic for us to tell you about, and others are simply disturbing. In one case, the report indicates a victim says he took her into his apartment where he tied her up and taped her mouth shut before assaulting her. Police say he also told victims he would harm or kill their parents if they told anyone. Yesterday was a contentious day of jury selection in the court, and as day 2 kicks off, Judge Scotty is in no mood for trivialities. Okay, so can you be fair to both sides? I think I would be biased. Azusa's attorney questions potential jurors, and as one juror in particular admits that she doesn't think she can remain impartial. It hits a sharp nerve with the judge. You didn't say that yesterday. Well, I said I had know what we're not going to have in this jury is people coming in overnight and thinking and trying to make up now so they can get out of the jury. That's not going to happen. All right. An argument ensues between Judge Scotty and the woman, who is just out of camera shot to the right of the screen. Clearly incensed, the judge launches into a foul-mouthed tirade, right? Because if I find that someone says something yesterday under oath and changes it because they're trying to fabricate something to get out of serving on this jury, there's going to be repercussions. All right, what's going on here? Tell me what's going on. I said I had other issues yesterday, and you said you'd get back to me. He continues with his incredible rant, and as the juror scrambles to explain herself, you won't believe how Judge Scotty responds. So why you got issues? Why can't you're saying that you can't be fair and impartial to both sides? You're going to completely throw out our entire justice system because you don't want to be fair, and in a shocking loss of control, the judge grows more and more irate to the point where he picks up a pocket constitution and hurls it at the wall. Yes, you heard that right. He picks up a miniature version of the U.S. Constitution and throws it at the wall in anger. So why you got issues? Why can't you're saying that you can't be fair and impartial to both sides? You're going to completely throw out our entire justice system because you don't want to be fair and partial. The honor may we approach. We can't approach. You're not going to be fair and impartial. Like I said, with my nursing history, and I've been involved with child abuse, and I've been involved with incest with young girls that delivered 13 years old. It makes me rather, biased. The juror gives a valid and understandable reason, but Judge Scotty just can't let it go, and he releases her from service in a very abrupt manner. You're off this jury. You're removed. Go home. Right? Azusa is ultimately convicted of 25 felonies and 5 gross misdemeanors, for which Judge Scotty sentences him to life in prison. However, his earlier outburst comes back to bite him when in 2020, Judge Scotty is brought up on ethics charges in relation to the incident. As a result of this, Azusa's conviction is overturned and a new trial is ordered, which is yet to come before the courts. Let's hope the judge throws the book in the right sense this time around. Given the nature of his job, Judge Scott's outburst at a juror was shocking. AI version of himself in court. May it please the court. I come here today a humble probe before a panel of 5 distinguished justices. Is this hold on, like in the case of Jerome DeWald, who's representing himself in an employment dispute in New York, in his first act as plaintiff. DeWald submitted a video file for the panel of judges to review. Okay, we will hear that video now. There's just one problem. May it please the court. I come here today a humble proceed before a panel of 5 distinguished justices. Is this hold on? Is that counsel for the case? First, the judges thought the man in the video was DeWalt's lawyer. Truth was much worse. That I generated that. I'm sorry. I generated that. That is not a real person. DeWalt, who works as an AI developer, used his skills to create a fake persona that could present his arguments to the court. Okay, it would have been nice to know that when you made your application. You did not tell me that. Sir, I received the application. DeWalt got approval for a supporting video, but didn't explain the full intent. In a news interview later, DeWalt explains the reasoning behind his decision. There's a couple of reasons. I had throat cancer 25 years ago, and so my throat tend to give out over a period of time. In fact, a conversation is one thing, but talking for a long time, I start hacking and coughing, and it's difficult. But there was another reason too. And then there's the pressure and the intimidation that a prosecutor feels in the courtroom by himself. He was afraid he'd be intimidated by the panel and stumble over his words. So instead, he chose to clone himself. I had intended to use a replica of myself, an avatar of myself. But I had some technical difficulties getting it completed. It was the first time he ever tried it. I couldn't get it completed by the time of the hearing. So I had to go with, James, who you see there's much more handsome than I am. Back in court, however, the judge didn't seem too pleased. I don't appreciate being misled. So either you are suffering from an ailment that prevents you from being able to articulate, or you don't. Unaware of his medical history, the judge suspected another ulterior motive for the video. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business. Sir, the judge may seem harsh now, but she's just getting started. Shut that off. If you want to have oral argument time, you may stand up and give it to me. You have 5 minutes. DeWald was forced to give his argument himself. Later, he says the judge seemed to regret the outburst. Later, when I was giving the argument, she acted as though she felt she had been a little bit harsh with me. She was being a little, she was being encouraging to me, shall I say. And I did send in a letter of apology. So far everything seems to be all right. DeWalt's case has yet to be concluded, but it looks like his sentence won't be affected by the misunderstanding. DeWalt's misstep may have been unintentional, but how does that compare